a world come under threat from global supervillains, we need help. We need ordinary men gifted with great superpowers. Heroic vigilantes able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Oh, wait, no, we haven't got him. Okay. Able to swing from building to building using a projectile web. No, hold on. No, we don't. He's not involved either. Actually, we don't have those guys. No Avengers, no Justice League. All right, okay. No, we don't need the stars of DC or Marvel. We have greats like Spaghettiman and Sergeant Kabukiman, N.Y.P.D. It's the Carlisle Cult Cinema Cast.
Yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, even. It's me, PD, back with another Carlisle Cult Cinema Club presents off-brand superheroes this episode. As you can see from that wonderful intro by Wofster. Absolutely fun. Yeah, this episode, it's off-brand superheroes, and we've got an absolute load of fantastic ones coming up. We're going to be talking about Toxic Avenger, Sergeant Kabukiman, Super, Spaghettiman, Chronicle, and Dredd.
Yeah.
So that's what you've got coming up on today's show. I thought I'd just change things up there by announcing what we've got on.
Yeah.
To the surprise on the boys' faces. What's going on here?
That was my surprise.
That was my surprise. Well, there's no more because it's all over the posters, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we're no more surprising.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's no more surprising. You know, you lovely lot, you lovely human
What about
beings
blind
out
people?
there.
Maybe that they might be surprised.
Well, yeah, they might be surprised if they can't see the vids.
Yeah. But then again, we shouldn't leave them behind, so it's best to just tell them anyway.
No. So we're hiding out in my very own superhero hideout. You know, I'm cannot walk, man. But yeah, we've got some, as you heard, some absolute crackers that go from, well, to be honest, none of them are mainstream.
No.
Dredd's probably the most mainstream,
I
suppose.
even Dredd isn't, I don't.
Yeah. Well, in the UK, I suppose, more so.
Yeah.
It's bigger here because of where it come from, but...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
it's not, no DC or Marvel,
I think apart from Woff's, believe it or not, it was Woff who has picked Spaghettiman. So apart from, you know what I mean, I think all the characters are quite well known, or the films are well known enough, should I say?
Yeah, I should have thought so. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'll kick off. And celebrating his 40th anniversary this year.
Jesus.
The Toxic Avenger from 1984. I first saw this on VHS, but it was about 87 because we didn't get it released in 84.
No.
So we got it a bit later. So I'd seen it about 87, but I'd seen Class of Nukem High first.
Right. Well, that was everywhere though. Back in the day.
So I'd seen Class of Nukem High first because that had been released the year before.
Yeah.
And I think that was on Palace. Class of Nukem. I've got it. It's up here somewhere.
Oh, I'm not.
With the sequel, Subhumanoid Meltdown.
Right.
You know what I mean? So So I'd seen Class of Nukem High first, which is, you know, a great pot smoking splatterfest.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I think we all agree that's an enjoyable piece of schlock.
I haven't seen it since I was a kid, but I can remember enjoying it then.
Yeah, great fun. And I mean, Toxie, right from the opening, you just know you're in for a treat. It's over the top, it's silly, it's gory, it's violent, and it's a beautiful love story, all wrapped in one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Set in the fictional place of New York, Tromaville. And Toxie falls in love with our monster hero, because believe it or not, he wasn't called the Toxic Avenger throughout the whole film. It's called the Monster Hero. They didn't have a title for it.
Never noticed that.
Yeah, so when you watch it, they're all wearing t-shirts, the Monster Hero. That's in my trivia as well. But yeah, and it plays with all the typical superhero tropes.
The transformation.
The transformation. You know, revenge on the people who made him the way he was.
Yeah.
And everything. It's just fantastically over the top and silly.
Yeah. The way a Troma film should be.
That's it. The practical effects are fantastic, giving it that lo-fi charm. Because there's some great effects in it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, especially there's the head squashing scene and stuff like that, and the gore effects. It's just over the top. And when we'd set off brand, because I'd originally picked 2 others, hadn't I?
Yeah.
But then I was sitting there thinking, I thought I've got to go to the 2 Troma films. You know what I mean? Because they're just crazy. And I wouldn't be me if I didn't keep to my, you know. So, and the other one I picked, Sergeant Kabukiman, which I watch often, and it's fucking insane. But I love Toxic. I mean, what did we get? 3 sequels and a kids' cartoon.
Kids' cartoon, that's mental, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, believe it or not, it was a big hit when it came out, the Toxic Avenger, especially in Japan.
Oh, yeah.
See that.
Yeah.
Well, it's not high on dialogue, is it?
No, they're not. I mean, the scripts aren't exactly Oscar-winning material.
Macbeth, are they?
No, they're not. I mean, they did do a version of Romeo and Juliet.
Did they?
In '96, Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, God.
And that was James Gunn's first kind of, yeah.
Oh, well, he'll pop up later.
Yeah. So, well, it ties in nicely. James Gunn worked for Troma for a while.
Right.
He classes Lloyd as a bit of a mentor.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Yeah. I mean, well, you can see some of the sensibility, especially in Super.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's that Troma meant, sensibility.
Yeah.
Especially in James Gunn's first few films.
Yeah. Sliver.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's, there is, honestly, great, absolutely fantastic. And you can still see it in the likes of
Guardians.
Peacekeeper and Guardians and Suicide Squad.
Well, there's a new season that started filming of Peacemaker, which I'm very excited about.
I had seen that a few days ago, that picture. Great.
Yeah, so I've put that on the group today.
I've noticed that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Toxic Avenger, it's just good, silly, gory, over the top, slapstick, lo-fi, fun.
Yeah, it's on Amazon as well.
It's on Amazon Prime at the minute.
Yeah, I think a few of them are. I think Class of Newcomb High is on there as well.
Yeah, there seem to be a few Troma films,
which is good to see.
It is.
You expect films like this sometimes to get lost.
Yeah, but I think it's because the Toxic Avengers become such a big cult favourite character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, he's the mascot now of Troma films.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, they started off in the 70s making kind of soft-core comedies.
Right. Like soft porn.
Well, comedies, but soft-core.
Right,
tits and ass.
Yeah. Porkies, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, a little bit.
Titillation.
Yeah, soft play and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Toxie was the first kind of big hit for them.
Right.
That gave them lots of
backing and money behind them. Yeah. Producers would get excited.
Yeah, because it was. I mean, Lloyd Kaufman, I mean, they went out and recorded on the streets. You know, without permits and
guerrilla
stuff like guerrilla filmmaking. You know what I mean? Absolutely, just great. And the effects as well are part of it.
Yeah.
Because with the effects being so over the top and the acting so over the top, it just works.
I think like the consistency of oozes and stuff like that really helps, doesn't it?
Does.
You know what I mean?
And the comedy sound effects. which same with Sergeant Kabukiman. The comedy sound effects as well are straight out of cartoons.
Yeah.
You know, ding and bong and you know what I mean, and just fantastic. Yeah, it really is. So on to the trivia. After going behind the scenes on Rocky, Lloyd Kaufman decided to make a movie in a health club with his friend Michael Hurt. After reading a magazine article with the headline "Horror Film is Dead," Troma decided to change it to a horror movie, and the film's working title was Health Club. And if you go on Troma's website, you can still see title cards for it as Health Club. Future Oscar winner Marissa Tomei is an extra in Toxic.
Right. Good,
in one of the gym scenes, she's coming out the shower, I think, something like that.
Have to pause that. I mean, I'll look for that.
Yeah. The head crushing scene. It's literally close your eyes and she's gone.
Yeah.
Blink and she's just. Hey, where's she gone?
I like Marissa Tomei.
Yeah, I always have myself.
Yeah.
My cousin with Vinny is just superb.
Yeah.
And she done some good rom-coms. What she done, was it with what's his face? Robert Downey Jr.
No, right.
Quite a good one.
Oh,
I think she's done one with the boy who would be Jack.
Oh, Christian Slater.
Oh,
right. I might check those out.
Untamed Heart, I think that one's called.
Right.
Yeah, she was a big rom-com queen for a little while.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah. See, you learn something every time.
I am, yeah.
The head crushing scene was based on a time when Lloyd Kaufman was backing a car up out of his garage and accidentally hit his younger sister. Nobody was harmed, but the memory stuck with him.
Right.
So his sister was all right. And the child, when the child's head's crushed by the car in the film, it was accomplished by injecting a melon with corn syrup and red food dye, and with a wig placed on the melon.
Right. Okay.
And fitted onto the dummy.
So for
twisting my melon, man.
But even though it was a dead cheap effect, it does look really good.
Yeah.
And the boy who gets his head crushed was chosen because he resembled the stuntman.
Right.
I was going to say because he resembled a melon.
Because he resembled the melon. Larry Sultan, who played Frank, one of the gunmen in the cafe, if you ever notice, one of his arms doesn't actually move.
All right.
Because he's only got one arm. And Toxie rips the other one off. So you don't see his arm moving until... And then Toxie rips it off. So it's a great... You know what I mean? A great
Did that on
effect.
Saving Private Ryan, that when all the people had their arms and legs blown off,
used,
they got real people.
Paraplegic?
Yeah. And have you heard of the actor Patrick Kilpatrick?
Kind of rings a bell.
He's played a villain so many times. Quickly get him up on... And as soon as you see him, you'll go... Yeah. He played Leroy, the face-painted criminal in the Mexican restaurant when they're all holding it up.
Right.
And he quit filming after having to point a shotgun at a baby.
All right.
Yeah, he jacked in. He's only in 2 or 3 scenes.
Took it too far, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think I recognise him.
When they were having the fight scenes in the alley, in Shinbone Alley, there was an actual hobo came up and offered one of the actors a drink because he thought he was a hobo. And I mentioned before, despite it being a R-rated 18 film, it got a kids' TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Toxic Crusade. I've got a figure from it. Toxic Crusaders. It was a great show. I've just introduced Emily to it.
There's a few things that, like RoboCop had a
kids' TV show, cartoon as well.
Yeah,
Mad.
Weird.
Yeah. During pre-production, Vincent D'Onofrio was set to play the role of Bozo, but he asked for a raise, and that was it. Fuck off. So he was fired from the movie and replaced by Gary Schneider. When there's a part where, I mentioned the monster Melvin never gets as the Toxic Avenger. It's always the monster hero. T-shirts, wanted posters, monster hero with Toxic's face on it.
Yeah.
So, but it's become such a I've got 3 Toxic Avenger figures. I've got a Funko, an 8-inch, and a cloth one.
Right.
So, there's merch out there, like.
Yeah. Oh,
I can imagine. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
especially
there's a lot of
Toxic.
out there, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. There's a car wreck scene. And the roll bar installed didn't work properly and the stunt guy nearly died.
Shit.
They were, they're working on shoestring budgets, these guys were like, to create something that's lasted 40 years.
Yeah.
Created 3 sequels and a cartoon.
Yeah.
Which you can't beat. Although he would become Melvin Junko later on, he's actually called Melvin the Third. in the original.
Right.
And Jennifer Baptiste, Wanda, and Robert Pritchard, Slug, fell in love on set and ended up marrying.
Oh.
They did later get divorced,
Huh.
but they play a couple in the film, and it's got a body count of 27, including one dog, which caused a lot of upset.
Yeah, well.
And the guy who played Mayor Bell Goody, the last lines of the film were "I'm too young to die." Pat Ryan, who portrayed the mayor, sadly passed away 7 years later at the age of 44. And he was also in Street Trash. He played the guy who owns the junkyard.
All right.
You know, it's a Street Trash. If you have not seen Street Trash, I've just got a bottle of Viper.
Oh, did you?
I've got a bottle of Viper.
No way, don't drink it.
Don't drink the Viper,
Don't drink it and then go to the toilet.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it really. Toxic Avenger, Troma's first superhero from 1984, when superheroes weren't a big thing in the 80s.
No, they weren't. No.
You know,
I think you had Spider-Man on telly, didn't you?
You had Superman the movie.
Yeah.
1 and 2 and 3.
Batman had been on in the 60s, though.
Yeah. Batman, the film was still a while away. You'd had Swamp Thing.
Greatest American hero.
Greatest American hero. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Great song.
Yeah.
And great TV show,
William
to be
Katt,
honest.
amazing.
Yeah. We've all got great memories of that TV show.
Yeah.
And I bet you we only ever watched maybe 10 episodes tops.
There wasn't that many.
There's a full season of 20 something.
It's not a lot, though. It's only one season.
Yeah.
It's not a lot.
And there's a spin-off which never got made into a series.
Right.
Female version.
Right.
Yeah.
The greatest American heroine.
So I can't remember what it's
It
called.
didn't go down well.
I'll have to play that on my
People are getting the wrong idea.
I need to
could
play
think of
that on my
something else,
radio
couldn't
show.
Did you?
No, I need to.
Oh, yeah, that'll be amazing.
You know
That'll
what I
be
mean?
amazing.
Aye. So yeah, there we go. Toxic Avenger, and over to Mr. Wofstonia.
Thanking you. Cool. So my first one is a bit more recent. Oh, it's still bloody hell. I feel old now. It's 12 years old now. So it's from 2012, and it's Dredd. Although it was...
I am the law.
Good Sylvester Stallone impression there.
It's 12 years old already.
It is a good impression, isn't it? I've honed that over the years. It was kind of released more as Dredd 3D because it really pushed the 3D. In 3D, it looked fucking amazing.
I did. I wasn't.
With the slow-mo scenes and everything.
Yeah, it was a retrofitted one though, I think. But it's
No, it was made for 3D.
No, it's retrofitted. At least the slow-mo scenes would definitely work because I read that somewhere.
All right, I thought it was made for 3D.
Yeah, because I was quite surprised because those looked really good. Because I've never been a big 3D fan, but those looked mint-like.
Tron was good in 3D.
Yeah, I don't think I saw that at the cinema, so I've just seen the normal version.
No, I love Tron, especially Daft Punk doing the soundtrack.
Yes.
Oh, Legacy, you mean?
Yeah.
So it's directed by Pete Travis, but maybe not. I'll come back to that in the trivia. He did a few things. Vantage Point being probably his biggest of the Hollywood movie.
Film Vantage Point.
Yeah, I remember enjoying that back in the day. And this one's just for PD. He started as director on the bill.
I'm on to series 7. I'm nearly finished series 18.
Right.
So it goes up to 23. So I'm nearly done.
Right.
Or is it 26? I think it could be 26. So I'm not nearly done. But the bill is for anybody who's listening from outside the UK. Was at one time the UK's #1 cop show.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it ran for 26 seasons, I think it is.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah,
and it was on 2 or 3 times a week at one point.
Yeah, I mean, thousands of episodes.
I don't know how you manage it. Like,
I'm watching about 6 or 7 episodes
a day.
Yeah, that's me knock my brain off stuff. Do you know when I need to knock off? Because I've either been writing or making the videos or something like that. I put the bill on to switch off because it's great switch off TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or switch your brain off TV, so to speak.
Excuse me. Just burped. Yeah, and you've got writers John Wagner and Carlos Esquerra, who were actually the ones...
creators of Dredd.
Creators of Judge Dredd. And Alex Garland, who's pretty big now. He wasn't big at the time, but he did obviously stuff like Ex Machina and Annihilation and Civil War, which I watched at the cinema the other week and loved.
And he wrote The Beach.
Oh yes, yeah, of course. Yeah.
He's wrote quite a few books as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Before I mean more director. Sorry, like he wrote a lot before he directed. But now he's kind of a big director. So you've got starring Carl Urban as Dredd. Who everyone will know he's big on The Boys now. That's probably his biggest thing though. He was in Lord of the Rings and the Star Trek reboot,
which he was good in.
He did a thing where he was he was partnered up with a robot cop. It was a TV show.
Oh, I can't remember that one.
Oh, one series, superb.
He's Australian, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is he Australian or Kiwi?
He's one of the two.
One of the two, yeah. I think he might be Kiwi.
He'll have been on Home and Away on Neighbours, guaranteed.
Yeah, probably,
Or Shortland Street.
Shortland Street, yeah. Well, Tamara Morrison was.
Yeah, for a long time.
Yeah.
And you've got Olivia Thirlby, who played Anderson, and she was in Juno, No Strings Attached, United 93. And I was reading recently this, which is called Elliot Page said. He said, "Sorry, that's
I've got this problem in a minute."
That when they were doing Juno together, they were actually having an affair together.
Oh, right.
Lena Headey, who obviously Game of Thrones, 300,
British Access,
Fighting with My Family.
Yeah. Wasn't she in Four Weddings as well?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Four Weddings.
It didn't pop up when I was looking at her other stuff.
Not. I'm maybe just mistaken. There's maybe just an actress who looks like her.
She'd be quite young then, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Well, she's probably in her 40s now, but yeah, it'd still make her quite young.
She's older than me.
You what?
She's older than us.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Ancient then.
Oh,
sexist.
I'm 52 in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. My big 50th this year.
Yeah, I know, mate. Yeah.
You better make sure you make that night.
Well, fine, suppose. And I'll be there.
And you've got Dernal Gleeson, Brendan's son, in one of his first roles. I think this might be the first one I've seen him in, actually. But he's done a lot of stuff recently. He's big. Peter Rabbit, Frank, Ex Machina again, Calvary with his dad.
That just reminded us. The theme from Snuffbox plays right through every time it goes to Donald Gleeson.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, yeah, I think that came up on the trivia, actually. I think that...
I was watching it last night and I was like, theme from Snuffbox.
I love Snuffbox.
So do I. Brilliant. Sure.
Amazing.
Yeah, that did pop up on the trivia.
So just when you mentioned Donald Gleeson there, you know me, if I don't get it out, it's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's... I didn't write that down as one of my trivia, so that's good. And you've got Wood Harris, who was in Ant-Man, Blade Runner 2049, all the Creeds. So a good cast. And basically, it's set in the future in Mega City 1. Obviously, it's based on the comic book from 2000 AD, which a lot of us grew up on.
Yeah, I used to get 2000 AD from the late 70s.
I got a stack of them. It was someone my dad knew, his son collected them, so he just gave me them all. So I just had this massive stack of them all of a sudden. But yeah, quality. So it's set in the future in Mega City 1. The streets are dangerous and justice is given by judges. They go by the code of judge, jury and executioner. Our protagonist is Judge Dredd, one of the most feared of all of them. He was a cold, emotionless guy with a big burly chin.
A burly chin?
That's it. It's quite burly.
Well, yeah.
So the specific story in this one takes place in Peachtrees, which is one of the many giant multi-tower blocks filled with crime and poverty. Dredd and his rookie colleague Anderson are called in for a triple homicide. Things escalate when they realise that this is tied to a large-scale drug production operation originating from Peachtrees. And this is headed by Mama, who's played by Lena Headey. Very well, I think.
I've got the original Peachtree script.
I wrote that here. I said, this is the point that PD says he has the original Peachtree script. I put it in brackets.
Yeah,
I knew you fucking say that. You just said it later than I thought.
That's
brilliant when you were looking down. I had my hand up. I had my hand up.
Oh, did you?
I had my hand up to say.
I said, this is what I have written in my notes. The story in this one takes place in Peachtrees, bracket, PD will now tell us how he had the original script for this, close bracket.
Yeah, I had it for like a few years before the film was made. 'Cause I told you, didn't I?
Yeah, well, that's how I knew.
I remember when I'd heard that it was originally, its code name was Peachtrees.
Yeah.
And the script had been leaked online.
Right.
So I went and found the script and read the script way, like, years before.
Jesus.
You know what I mean? At least a good couple of years before the film had been made and come out.
Oh.
Yeah.
So when it got announced and it was like, oh, and then I found out it was set in Peachtrees. I went, oh, fucking hell, I've read this script.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah.
So, but did it not have reference to Judge Dredd and stuff in it then, or was it kind of...
Yeah.
So you knew it was Dredd,
Yeah.
and then when the film came out, this is the script.
It was codenamed Peachtrees.
Right, yeah.
It's like the Hunt Through a Harvest thing, isn't it?
That's it, yeah.
Mama was a psychotic former prostitute. Basically, she traps the two judges in the building and offers a reward for their deaths. The judges then have to survive and hopefully take down Mama and a gang, which they might do or might not. You have to watch it and see.
Touch of the Raid.
I was just about to mention
this
the
was
Raid.
something I was going to mention. It didn't. There's a lot of reasons why they say it didn't do well, because it should have done a lot better than it did. It made its money back just, I think.
Yeah.
But it didn't do
Done
well enough to get a
phenomenally
sequel.
well on Blu-ray and DVD.
Did it? Not enough
the
to get a
Raid?
sequel. I've
Or
been,
Dredd. Yeah.
I've been calling for a sequel for years, but it's never going to happen now.
No, it's a shame.
But the Raid came out not long before it, like a year before it or something, which had a similar kind of concept. I've not actually seen the Raid, to be honest, but it's
really?
yeah.
Raid's great.
Both of them just insane.
Yeah, I've heard it's because that was it Gareth Edwards? Was
Yeah,
it?
he done
first
Godzilla.
Yeah,
First Godzilla.
But it was where is it Korea? It's not Korea. It's somewhere like that.
I think it's Korea.
Oh, maybe it's Korea then.
But
Dunno.
talking of Godzilla, the new one's still doing big guns.
Yeah.
Took over $500 million worldwide. So its sequel is guaranteed.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope we get more kaiju,
Can't beat it, man.
No, it's good fun. Yeah, man, I even enjoyed the Pacific Rim films.
Yeah.
First one more than the second, but...
And none of it would be really come into play if it wasn't for the original King Kong and Godzilla.
No, of course not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they did.
So,
pay a bit. It's that Japanese thing, isn't it? They love a good kaiju.
yeah.
But,
The other big monsters smashing shit up.
yeah, Tokyo especially.
Yeah, as long as it's Tokyo and Japan.
It's a bit racist.
No, that's what it usually is. It's because it's the Japanese film, apart from New York that time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we don't talk
Going
about
deeper
that.
underground.
Great. That and the P Diddy song are the two
The best thing about it.
best things about it.
That was Kashmir. It was.
They ripped Kashmir off.
Yeah. So in a recent interview, reflecting, that's badly written, recollecting on this movie, Carl Urban said he refused to smile or take the helmet off at any point during the movie's filming, or even in between takes. He spoke with an American accent and kept a scowl that whole time and stayed serious to keep in character. At one point, a cast member made a joke causing laughter on the set, and Urban gave him the Dredd stare, prompting the person to immediately apologise.
And he does. I mean, I can remember. I mean, if you read 2000 AD, there was often a page where folk had sent in drawings of who they thought should be Dredd.
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood, Sylvester Stallone was there, and I like Judge Dreadwood Sly Stallone.
I didn't mind that.
You know what I mean? My cousin worked on it.
It's a guilty pleasure of mine.
Cousin worked on the clones. You see,
Yeah.
and I think the ABC Warrior.
Amazing.
Oh, yeah, it's
And some of the stuff on the yellow
just like the
taxis.
comic.
Yeah, I mean,
Just like the comic.
And
you know what I mean?
well, we're going to do a 2000 AD, like a rough guide to, because there's not that many.
Yeah.
I think we said we're going to do a rough guide to 2000 AD films, because Rogue Troopers coming out, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And there's stuff like Judge Minty. Have you seen that?
No.
It's on YouTube. Check Judge Minty out. Fantastic.
Is that sequel to Judge Judy?
Yeah, that's it. Judge Judy Scheinberg. Back to off.
So, yeah, in an interview for Jobalo.com, Carl Urban revealed that Dredd was actually directed by Alex Garland. This explains why Pete Travis did not promote the film in any way. This makes Dredd Alex Garland's first feature film, even though he's still not actually credited with it.
Bloody hell,
but then there's another bit of trivia that kind of goes further on that, which says, where have I put that? A little bit further. I don't want too much.
Good
on 7th. Sorry, on 7th of October 2011, the Los Angeles Times reported that Pete Travis was prohibited from participating in the editing process following creative disagreements. Alex Garland took over. His contribution was considered significant enough for him to seek a co-director credit, which was a bit unusual, as Alex Garland never directed a film. The disagreement concerned a disapproval over the footage that Travis was providing. Although Travis was removed from the editing process, he was monitoring the progress of the film. On the 10th of October, Travis and Garland released a joint statement claiming that they had agreed on an unorthodox collaboration before production began, that Travis was still involved in the film and that Garland was not seeking a co-director credit.
That's keeping everybody...
That's a money thing, isn't it? Yeah.
They've been told off the producers, the money men.
You can't do that.
You need to just sort this out. It's getting out there.
Or you won't work again, either of you.
Yeah. You just need to come to an agreement.
Kiss and make up.
That's it. That's it. The money men, it's all about the money men.
Reach around.
That's it. Waff and Daz love a reach around when they're playing with each other.
Oh, Jesus.
So there are moving on. So there are several references to fatties from the comic book, which are a group of extremely obese people, mainly so obese they require a wheel under their stomach to move.
That's right.
The first shooting victim of the escaping car chase document is a fatty lying next to his stomach wheel. There's also graffiti on the first shots of the skate ramp reading Fatty's Rule, and a cut to an extremely obese man during lockdown wearing a shirt with fatties on the front. There's like I've had...
there's so many Easter eggs in, you know what I mean? Too many to go through.
Yeah, going through the trivia, I was like, I had to like really kind of go, no, I can't do them all, so I had to like just pick a few. The slow motion sound effect is based on a Justin Bieber. The slow mo sound effect is based on a Justin Bieber song that was slowed down to 1/800th of normal speed. Probably sounds better.
So we wouldn't have to pay any money for it.
I wonder.
No, we wouldn't, because
it's completely
it's a complete different piece of work.
Yeah, I suppose.
You wouldn't be able to tell unless you speeded it up.
No, that's true. Yeah, you'd never know. Yeah. It's one way of getting around
Justin Bieber going, baby, 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 ooh.
Carl Urban's voice for Dredd is comparable to that of Clint Eastwood, which you can totally tell. The character of Judge Dredd is in fact partly based on Eastwood's character of Dirty Harry. While the initial look of the character was partly inspired by the original poster art depicting the David Carradine character of Frankenstein from Roger Corman's original Death Race 2000 in the comics. As a tribute to Eastwood's strong influence on the character, Judge Dredd lives in Rowdy Yates' block, which was the name of the character Eastwood played in the TV series Rawhide.
That's right.
So,
Rawhide.
And a final little bit of interesting trivia. Michael Bean auditioned for the lead role.
Oh, no. Could you imagine a Yorkshire...
Michael Bean, not Sean Bean.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. It's like
Terminator,
Yorkshire.
dude.
Sorry,
Is it not Bane?
I've always said Bane, but...
it's Bean?
It's Bean, yeah. I found
it's
out
always
originally.
Bean.
It's always been Bean.
I've always said Bane until
it's always been Bean.
No, I've always thought the same, but it's Bean. Yeah, I only found that out recently. So that's Judge Dredd, or Dredd, not Judge Dredd. And I haven't looked to see where it's on, but I'm sure it'll be.
It's not.
It's not anyway.
No, it's not.
No.
It's on my shelf.
Yeah, I've got it on Blu-ray. I bought it as soon as it came out.
I've got it twice on Blu-ray because there was a date where to try and get a sequel made, they wanted you to go out and buy the film again on Blu-ray.
Oh,
so I did.
think I remember that actually.
What great marketing that is,
Yeah, it was only a tenner.
Yeah.
So I just thought, I want a sequel to this film. I'll go out. And there was supposed to be a...
So it's like a crowdfunder, but you're actually getting for it, something for it
Yeah,
there.
well, reportedly, Netflix are working on a Mega City 1.
I've been following a Facebook group for that for
but it's gone
6 or 7
quiet.
years
Yeah,
now. Yeah, I've
it's
not
gone
done anything
quiet.
in ages.
Hopefully that gets me. I mean, they do. I mean, the whole 2000 AD.
Oh, it's a pot of gold, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
There's so many great characters in it,
Fucking
and they had
talk
so
about
many
that,
great writers working for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That we didn't even realise. And then we had the spin-offs, like the Scream comic.
Yeah, Crisis.
Was that another comic that span off?
Yeah, Crisis. I was quite taken.
Martial
with Crisis.
law and stuff like that. You know what I mean? There's some great stuff. 2000 AD and just absolutely the Time Twisters comics that span off from it as well. Alan Moore's Time Twisters.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I used to read them. Great stuff, man. I used to have loads of them. Lost loads of them in the floods. But anyways, over to Daryl.
Daryl?
Yeah.
Daryl. Right, okay, so I'm going to 2010, so a bit earlier than Woff's, and it's James Gunn, one of James Gunn's first films, Super.
One of his early directing roles.
Yeah. Starring the great Rainn Wilson.
Yeah.
It's Frank Darbo.
Yeah.
Obviously from The Office and 6 Feet Under and lots of things. Elliot Page as Libby. And he plays a girl.
Who has sex with Rainn Wilson?
Rapes him.
Rapes him, yeah.
It's actually a rape scene.
Rape scene, yeah.
It's fucking quite disturbing. I was watching it last night, and to be honest, I never even really noticed it before. But last night, I was like, "Fuck, she raped him."
Yeah.
Which he raped. Oh, I don't know. She was a girl. Elliot Page was a girl then.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I don't want to offend anyone. I don't want to offend anyone.
At the time when she was a girl,
she was acting as a girl.
She was acting as a girl, and she was acting all sexy.
Yeah.
And she
wouldn't take no for an answer.
No.
And he didn't.
He was like physically uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And was said
no. Yeah. No means no.
Yeah. Said no multiple times.
Yeah.
And
she had her way with him.
Yeah, until
Yeah.
Anyway, telling you don't see that often in films.
No, you probably wouldn't get away with it now.
Probably not.
No. So that's Elliot Page. Liv Tyler's in there as Sarah, the lovely Liv Tyler.
But to be honest, she might not as well be there because she's
not got a massive part in it.
No,
and she's dubbed out the head all the time.
And even though she's the what do they call him? She's the plot device, really.
Yeah.
Because he wants to rescue her.
Yeah.
She's not, and she's completely smashed out of her skull constantly.
Yeah. You've got Kevin Bacon as Jacques. So it's weird because his name is Jacques, but it's pronounced Jock sometimes in the film, and he even write Jock, Jock.
Yeah.
And it's weird because he's cast as, he's down as Jacques, and other people call him Jacques, but some people call him Jock in it, and that's weird. And I don't know why that is, whether it's because people can't pronounce Jacques or...
Yeah, well, Americans.
Well, yeah. You've got Greg Henry in there as Detective John Falconer.
He's always watchable. He's never a main actor.
No, he's always in the sidelines. You've got Sean Gunn as Toby, one of the henchmen, because James Gunn likes to keep his brother near.
Yeah, I wouldn't have noticed at the time. Last time I saw it.
And one of James Gunn's other lucky charms is Michael Rooker.
The brilliant Michael Rooker.
Amazing Michael Rooker.
Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer.
Yeah. And obviously Guardians and, all the
Walking Dead.
The Mallrats.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, he's the dad.
And Linda Cardinelli's in there as well. Yeah. Do you know who played Velma in Scooby-Doo?
Oh, yeah.
She's the pet store employee.
Right.
That's how Freaks and Geeks.
Through that.
Yeah. There's Grandma's Boy. She's in that.
Oh yeah.
She's one of those actresses that there's always something about her.
Yeah, I like
definitely.
her. She was
Yeah.
in something we watched with Christine Applegate, a series that Jess wanted to see recently.
Nathan Fillion's in it as
Oh,
well.
yeah, come on, man. Huh?
Oh, sorry. Because it's just I'm thinking in it.
This is my film.
I know.
So Nathan Fillion's in it as well. That was going to be my next thing.
Yeah.
And also, the voice of God is Rob Zombie,
Aye.
which surprised me.
Right.
I'm taking it. They're friends. You know, James
Yeah,
Gunn.
probably.
But James Gunn has a part as well. And do you remember the devil
Yes, that's right.
when he's fighting the Holy Avenger, Nathan Fillion's character?
Oh,
And he's
yeah.
like,
Demon Swill.
Demon Swill, that's his name, yeah.
Right.
And that's actually James Gunn.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
No, I need to watch it again. I
No,
watched
it's,
it in a
it's
few years.
amazing. So anyway, brief synopsis. Frank Darbo is a loving, devoted husband. He's a bit simple. He's a bit low-key, bit
Boring.
weird, boring, safe, I think
Yeah.
the word is. And his wife, Sarah, relapses into a world of drugs with the help of, like, crime lord Jacques, played by Kevin Bacon. So, I mean, first, Frank goes to the police, says, look, my wife's been taken with all her clothes, and and the police are basically saying, fuck off, man. She's left you, mate.
Yeah.
So, basically, he confronts Jack, tries to get her back, no deal, prays to God, and has a godlike moment,
Epiphany.
an epiphany, and he's touched by God.
Touched by the hand of God.
Yeah, but not before there's been a bit of a sliver moment with like some weird snaky tentacles going in. They peel top of his head off, and that's where he's touched right on the brain.
They remind me of, do you know Dr. Chenard's from Hellraiser 2?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what they
Oh,
kind
of
of
course,
remind me
yeah.
of.
Yeah, I see what
Like
you mean.
tentacle things.
Yeah. I would.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, so this happens. So now he believes he's touched by God, and he should avenge and sort crime out. So he creates a persona called the Crimson Bolt. And so he goes out, tries his luck. He gets beaten up a bit, decides he needs a weapon, and this cracked me up last night, and I forgot how funny it is. He's like, I need a weapon. He picks up a bolt, boom, and he goes, ideal. It's like the first thing he goes
it's a
through.
wrench.
It's a wrench, and it's like the first thing he gets, and it's like, yep, that'll do.
Yeah, it's big and heavy.
That's his weapon of choice. And then, later in the film, he's joined by Bolty, which is Libby, Elliot Page. Gets raped by her, which is nice.
Fucking uncomfy.
Isn't it? It's
Uncomfortable.
weird.
See, watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it last night, and
I mean,
it's the first time I've watched it in ages.
Yeah.
It's
Got to be at least 10 years since I last watched it.
Probably been about 5 for me. Yeah. But,
yeah. I mean, it's that scene in Saturday Night Fever where they're in the back of the car. I always think it's a bit. You watch that now, and you're like, "Ooh, that's."
I always thought that it's very uncomfortable. When we were watching on the big screen,
Yeah.
it's more. It's very more impactful. That scene on the big screen. Anything really is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the way you're designed to see these things.
I think it depends how many. I mean, the people around you as well. You're like, because you're thinking they're probably feeling uncomfortable as well, and then, you know what I mean. And that'll add to the uncomfortableness. You know what I mean? Yeah. I know what you mean. There's a lot of films like that. Yeah. So anyway,
John Hughes films. Sorry.
Yeah. So Frank actually just spirals into a frenzy of like fucking vengefulness,
And he's getting more and more violent.
Oh yeah, and for over stupid little things like
Pushing into a
someone
queue.
cutting in a line, and he takes them apart. Anyway, so him and Bolty, that's their mission to save Sarah.
Yeah.
And that's basically, the climax of the film is them confronting Jacques and his cronies and getting Sarah back. And I thoroughly recommend it. It's great. It's funny. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But it's one of my favourites. I've always loved it.
Yeah, it's good. Like,
Yeah, but I'll give you a bit of trivia about it. Rainn Wilson came to the project with help from Jenna Fisher, because she was James Gunn's ex's wife, which I did not know.
I knew that because Jess is obsessed with Jenna Fisher.
Oh, I love Jenna Fisher. She's great.
She listens to a podcast and stuff. So
it's Jennifer and Angela. It's the woman who plays Angela.
She loves it, and they go through all the episodes. And and she when we watched James Gunn, anything to do with him, she goes, "Oh, that's Jenna Fisher's ex." Oh yeah, I forgot you told me that.
I thought it was John Krasinski, but anyway,
it should be. Yeah.
Gunn was discussing the script with Fisher and asked her to take a look at it, and then he sent her a copy to the office. Fisher read the script and thought Rainn Wilson would be good, and he immediately took the film.
Yeah.
And you know what? I couldn't have think of a better person to do it.
He's ideal for it.
Yeah, he is.
He hasn't really done a lot really since The Office. Really, he's kind of
he seems to have tailed off a bit. He's got a massive beard and everything now.
Yeah,
he looks like a wild man.
Well, you think about it, how much money they'll all be making off residuals from The Office.
Yeah,
they'll be making an absolute fortune.
Yeah. I mean, I've watched The Office today. I watch it most days.
Kerry watches it a lot as well.
Just started going through it again. I think for the fifth time, maybe. And we only watched it for the first time about 5 years ago.
I'll be something like that. I'm same with Parks and Rec as well.
Yeah.
Because it's all on Netflix again, isn't it? Or is it Amazon?
Amazon. Well, The Office is on Netflix, but it's also on Freevee.
Right.
So you can watch it through Amazon.
Tell you something, that Freevee is excellent.
There's a load on there.
There's so much on that Freevee.
The stuff you like you can't find anywhere else.
It's on Freevee.
Is
that where I watched Reanimator?
Probably.
I think it is.
Yeah, I'm sure I watched Dreamscape on there.
There's so much on it.
It's like mental.
Chuck Steele's on it.
Chuck Steele is on it, yeah.
Yeah.
Which we're massive fans of.
And we will plug at any chance we can get.
Absolutely. Watch it.
Yeah. You know what I mean? As I said to...
Buy the film, though, really.
Yeah, buy the film. As I said to Mike Mort, I said, do you know something? Me and them boys would die on a fucking hill for that film.
We absolutely
would. It deserves so much more than it got.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It'll get cult status.
That's what I said to him.
It will get cult status.
Because he doesn't think there'll be a sequel now.
No, it's a shame.
I think
it's a shame.
Yeah, because it must cost quite a bit to get all that, the time and stuff involved in it.
No.
We did discuss the price.
I think was it mentioned about 14 million?
Right. Yeah. I suppose it's just I mean that's
Jennifer Saunders and Paul Whitehouse on voicing.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
And the time you need to do it as well. You have to be able to get your money back.
That's
and
it.
No one wanted to pick it up as well.
Anyways, back to Dazzle.
Yeah. The role of Jacques was supposed to be played by Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh, right.
Up until the week of shooting.
I guess that's why it's French, even though it's Belgian, but similar kind of thing.
But the guy, Gunn said the guy was kind of AWOL. I just couldn't risk that personality on this type on this movie.
Was that a deliberate reference then?
Probably, yeah, definitely. And Kevin Bacon stepped in at the last minute.
Right.
And he's great in it, Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
He's always good in it, you know. I mean, do you not like Kevin Bacon?
Oh, no, I love him.
Oh, right, I thought you were shaking your head there.
Kevin Bacon stars in the actual proper sequel to Death Wish.
Oh, you've told us this.
Called Death Sentence.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, right.
It's based on the book,
right,
which was the actual written sequel to Death Wish.
Right.
And Death Sentence, it was called Death Sentence, and it was continuation.
Right.
But they just obviously changed a few things.
Right.
And Kevin Bacon's character, so it's connected to that world. So when we finally do a rough guide to the Death Wish series, we'll be, you know what I mean, that'll get a mention as well.
Yeah. Towards the end of the movie, whenever Tyler is in rehab group session, she's heard stating, fucked up, insecure, neurotic and emotional. And that's a reference and nod to an Aerosmith song called Fine.
Oh, right.
Which is fucked up, insecure, neurotic and emotional.
Yeah.
So, there we go. James Gunn wanted John C. Reilly to star, but he wasn't thought to be a big enough name.
Oh, right.
So, but eventually they worked together on Guardians.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would have worked. It would have been slightly different, but I think I could have seen
Oh,
him.
it could have worked.
Yeah.
I like John C. Reilly.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Big enough name now, anyways.
God,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
huge.
yeah.
And he's done everything. You know,
Yeah, from low to high budget.
and serious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did that. Lauren Hardy did. He was good as that.
Yeah.
Right, I'll give you one more bit, shall I?
Yeah.
This is quite a good one, actually. Libby wanted to be the Crimson Bolt sidekick, like Batman and Robin. And the Batman writers originally wanted Batman's sidekick to be a girl. So there you go. I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't myself.
So there you go.
He did end up with a female sidekick with Carrie Kelly, who played a female Robin in Batman, the Frank Miller Batman.
Oh, right, okay.
Ginger-headed Robin.
Right, okay.
No, so there you go.
Yeah, I suppose you had Batgirl as well, didn't you? So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as a Robin, I was, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah. Oh, no, I wasn't disagreeing with
Little,
you. I said
little side note on that. That was James Gunn's least well-performing film.
Oh, right, okay. Well, less than Slither.
Yeah. Well, Sliver was quite big.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, was, yeah.
Did that have a cinema release? I thought I could just...
Yeah,
I
the cinema
don't,
release.
no, I don't think Super did.
Oh, Super, yeah.
Did it?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Oh, Slither passed me. I watched
I
Slither.
saw
just
it a
up
couple
on
of
a
years
DVD
later.
one day.
It was quite a few years later, I think. I definitely didn't see it at the time.
I saw Super when it came out, because I just saw it in the video and it looked interesting. So, you know, when you used to walk into Blockbuster or whatever and you'd be like, kind of, yeah, have that. Oh, yeah, no.
Anyway, on to PD.
On to me. Well, I'm taking a trip back down to the Troma. Troma films. With 1990s Sergeant Kabukiman of the NYPD. And I know after countless viewings that this film defies convention, dances with the absurd, and makes no apologies for its extravagantly eccentric existence.
It's
And
a
I think
Troma
you're gonna say.
you'll agree with that, won't you? Waff after watching it. Directed again by Lloyd Kaufman and Michael Hertz, and featuring a memorably quirky performance from Rick Gianassi as our titular hero, Sergeant Kabukiman. And it's a cult gem. And it was, when it came out, it was their highest budget, and it made it done decent money for them.
Right. What year was that again, sorry?
1990.
Oh, right,
We
yeah,
didn't get it until about 95, 96.
Right.
And VHS. That's where I seen it.
Yeah.
Obviously, seen it, Troma on it. Whoa, this looks right up my street.
I did. When I was watching it, I did think this is a PD film. This is definitely something I could see him loving.
Yeah. And it's earned its stripes as a favourite piece from their delightfully demented pie, as the old Sergeant Kabukiman. As I say, first quarter, late 90s. As it just delayed, but when I watched it, it was like, I like this.
Yeah.
I like this. This is right for me.
To be honest, even the cover, you know, with that
Kabukiman.
Kabukiman, like get up, almost like geisha in it.
I mean,
Black
I've
and
got
white
to say,
face.
it struck a chord.
The theatre kind of
Yeah,
Japanese
yeah.
theatre. innit?
It struck a chord and it resonated with us. But when I first watched it, I was extremely stoned.
What a surprise!
So you know what I mean. Which is how I watched a lot of my films, and how I, you know, well, especially in the 90s, and how I came to love a lot of them, because when you're in an altered state, sometimes a film that's basically in an altered state is what you need.
Yeah,
And the Troma films kind of can give you everything.
yeah,
Of that, you know what I mean? Comedy, action, gore,
and escapism, because
Tits.
they're not real.
ass. Yeah, pure escapism, because it's
they're
over the top,
absolutely ridiculous.
comic book
Yeah,
style.
exactly. Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? It is. It's comic book style, cartoon style violence,
Yeah.
cartoon style sound effects, and yeah, it's just. But I mean, it's a little bit. I've got to say, it's a little bit more reined in than Toxic. The Toxic Avenger films, because I think there was 3 Toxic Avenger films done by the time this came out. basically. Yeah, it was, I think 3 before it came out.
Everything's dropping over on PD at the moment.
For people who can't see this, PD's like wrestling with
quite
loads of
entertaining.
things at the same time.
So it's just like a Troma film. Things falling on us.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I went there. Boing.
It's toned down slightly from Toxic, but it's still got that
Troma edge,
without a doubt. It's not set in Tromaville. It's set in New York.
obviously.
This time around. A bit. What the story is? Detective is at a kabuki theatre watching a show. Gunmen running. He starts shooting. The main Kabukiman falls onto the floor dying and passes on to him. The dying man's daughter or granddaughter, Lotus, starts helping him, and it's the usual. He starts changing at weird times, doesn't he? When he's not supposed to be, you know what I mean?
You know what's going on.
Yeah, and he's got heat-seeking chopsticks. And
I haven't seen this, but it sounds. Is this on Amazon?
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime as well.
I might check this out.
And the bad guy is the vile Reginald Stewart and his goon squad. And there's one Rembrandt, you know the one I mean, don't I? With the wig.
Oh, right, yeah.
It was just over the top and having so much fun with his role.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what everybody's having. But the guy who plays the villain in it is the Greasy Strangler.
Oh, is it? Right.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, that's worth watching.
Yeah.
Because that was another in that Frodo Baggins was involved with, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I think I started watching it with Jess. Jess wasn't having any of it, so we knocked it off.
I was going to say Tobey Maguire then.
So after he's got his powers,
You know, Frodo, Toby.
Yeah, after he's got his
Daniel
powers and everything, and things are going wrong, and he turns into a clown, and it's just and he just gets revenge as they're trying to kill him, and then there's a mad monster at the end, when the villain Reginald Stewart, after completing the what is it
Transformation.
he becomes this big creature. I'm proper brain fart there. That's because everything fell on us and I've lost me thing.
Got concussion.
Yeah, that's it.
I quite like the way you held your iPad with your chin.
I learnt all that from Bruce.
You made the
Nice to meet
noise.
you. Miss Jones. Oh, that's Rigsby. That's Ian. I can call him Rigsby. If you called him Rigsby, honestly, he wouldn't be happy.
No,
you were saying the other day.
But I can get away with calling him Rigsby. I bought him the Rising Damp Betamax.
Oh, yeah.
It's fully sealed.
Oh, brilliant.
Brand new, original
What, the movie?
I remember
Betamax.
when you had it. Oh, yeah.
Rising Damp. I gave it
didn't
to
know
him
you got it for
recently
a
and he
year.
loved it.
All right.
Thought it was great.
Took it as a, you know.
Oh no, but he said I'm the only person. We've had this conversation. Me and Ian have actually had the conversation, and he said if anybody else called us Rigsby, I wouldn't be happy. He says, but you can call us Rigsby as much as you want.
Oh, that's nice.
You know what I mean? He says because you're my mate, you're my best mate. He says so.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's nice, like.
Yeah.
And he does do a hell of a lot for us.
Yeah.
He's a good lad.
Yeah.
But I mean, with all Troma films, the best watched with a bunch of mates, a few beers, a few bongs, and that's the best.
Yeah.
For a Troma film.
You don't concentrate on it. It's there.
Yeah, exactly. And they're just. I mean, I've watched. I've got the soundtrack on white vinyl.
Nice.
I've got the score, should I say, on white vinyl.
Yeah.
I've got the VHS twice, DVD, a Korean DVD, and I've got the Blu-ray. And if they release an ultra UHD, I'll get the UHD. Same. I've got the Toxic films. I've got all of them on ultra HD,
Right.
fully uncut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I do love a Troma film.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah.
Because they're the only proper independent studio.
Yeah, yeah. Fully
That's
independent.
Been going for
40 years.
more.
Yeah, 70s, yeah.
Started in the 70s, so you know what I mean. Absolutely fantastic. So a bit of trivia. Another Troma film, Toxic Avenger Part 3, is seen on a cinema nearby. So bit of an in thing.
Yeah.
And the footage of the car crashing and flipping over has become a Troma trademark and an in-joke.
Right.
It was used again in Romeo and Juliet. Then there's another inside joke for those who spotted it in all the 3 films in Terra Firma as well.
Right.
Terra Firma, that's funny. Troma War. They've got to see, really, because they're just good, silly fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'll get to it because I've put down who got the starts working for Troma.
Yeah.
So you'll be surprised, or who stars who have worked for Troma.
Yeah.
No one was interested in showing the film in the US until about 96, and that's when Romeo and Juliet was released. So it sat shelved.
Really? Bloody hell.
So that's why it didn't get released over here for that long.
Right.
And this can cause confusion in which movie used the car crash first.
Right, yeah.
Because it was actually filmed in 90, then used again in Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
Romeo and Juliet came out before it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a shame that, you know what I mean? The film was spun off from a character Kabuki Boy who's in Toxic Avenger Part 2. Lloyd jokingly mentioned it. He was making a movie about the character, and Japanese investors became interested. They put about 1.5 million in from what I've read.
Bloody hell.
Right.
And it was Namco.
All right. The game studio.
Yeah, it was Namco put the money in. But I don't know what the thought of the outcome, because it was originally going to be a straight film.
Right.
You know, more.
Was it?
Yeah, and then it got changed.
With Lloyd Kaufman?
Yeah, well, it was more Michael Hertz.
All right, okay.
Wanted just to be a normal,
We've
They
all
had
seen
a $4 million budget,
We've all
which was
seen
one
how,
of the biggest budget they'd had up to date.
we've seen how crazy the mayor of Tromaville can be.
Oh, yes. You know what I mean? High school next to a nuclear. Fantastic, man. When Harry Griswold, which is the copper, is being yelled at by his police chief for wearing clown costume, you can see a poster on the chief's table saying "wanted" in huge letters, and it's showing the pictures of the directors,
Right.
Lloyd Kaufman and Michael Hertz.
Okay.
I put Hertz, I says, but it's hers. And Bill Whedon claims he was cast as the film's villain because he had a striking resemblance to Jack Valinetti, the then president of the MPAA, and one of
Motion picture.
It was the ones who, like our BBFC,
the one who vetoed stuff and
Motion Picture Association, whatever.
Yeah.
And they didn't like things. And Kabukiman's insignia is the Japanese kanji character Shikara, which is the Japanese word for power.
All right.
And he's people who've got like starts with Troma. Oliver Stone, The Battle of Lover's Return in 1971.
Jesus.
He was an actor. Paul Savino, do you know from Goodfellas?
Yeah. He died not too long ago.
Yeah, Cry Uncle in 1971. Vanna White, Graduation Day 1981. Kevin Costner,
All right.
Sizzle Beach, USA, 81. J.J. Abrahams was on
Abrams.
Abrams. Night Beast, which I've got, and it's fantastic. I think he was working on the special effects side.
Right.
On that.
Right.
Vincent D'Onofrio, The First Turn On, 83. Marissa Tomei, Toxic Avenger. Michael Jai White, Toxic Avenger 2. Billy Bob Thornton, oh yes, Chop Chicks in Zombie Town.
He's an Oscar
I've
winner,
got that
isn't
as
he?
yeah.
Billy Bob.
I've got that somewhere up there. Samuel L. Jackson, Death by Temptation.
That doesn't surprise
a vampire film in 1990.
Right.
And I've got that somewhere as well. Great. Shit, but great.
Yeah.
Trey Parker and Matt Stone, Cannibal the Musical, 93.
Now that I did know about.
Yeah, I've only seen that.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Oh, it's
but
great.
I knew them two were in it.
Aye, it's great. It's great.
Just because after
Aye.
when they hit big, I started got a bit obsessed.
David Boreanaz,
Yeah.
A Macabre Pair of Shorts. James Gunn, Romeo and Juliet. Carmen Electra, The Chosen One. I think she was already a star by that point, 98.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
The studio prides itself on its self-imposed rules of production. Safety to humans, safety to property. Make a good movie, written in smaller font than the first two.
Brilliant.
So yeah, I mean, I do have a big love for Troma. Go and check, the Toxic Avenger films out if you've never seen them.
Class of Newcomb High.
Class of Newcomb High films. I think there's about 4 or 5 of them now.
Yeah.
And obviously Sergeant Kabukiman of the N.Y.P.D, who only got one film, but he did appear in like a few little shorts and stuff like that. Which is a shame he never appeared in another film.
Was there not going to be a remake of Toxic Avenger?
It's coming out with
Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage. There's only been a teaser trailer, which
Right.
I posted on the Facebook group.
Right, yeah.
I got it out there rapidly as well.
Yeah.
I'm on the page,
I must
sorry.
have missed that, to be honest. But I knew there was something
Yeah,
happening.
yeah.
I didn't realise it
So,
was Peter Dinklage, though.
Everybody who's seen it says it's excellent.
Well, I mean,
Right.
Peter Dinklage, he's fucking ace.
Yeah.
He's won an Oscar as well, hasn't he?
Don't think so. I can think.
Was it Station Agent or something like that?
He didn't win it. That was
it.
Or
kind
was
of
he
an indie.
nominated?
I know what
could have been
film you're talking
nominated.
about.
Aye, I might be wrong, but yeah.
Yeah, I like Station
So,
Agent.
some decent bits and bobs. Anyways, let's pass over to the Wafster for his next one.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so mine. So is Lloyd Kaufman related to Charlie Kaufman?
No.
No.
Well, I don't know, it might be.
It just popped into my head there.
Yeah, it might be.
Charlie Kaufman is in Friends.
No,
No, as in...
he's done. What was that last film he did?
John Malkovich.
Oh, right, yeah.
Do you know the
okay.
one where John Cusack goes into his brain?
Yeah.
Being John Malkovich, that's it.
Yeah. And nothing to do with Andy Kaufman either.
Oh yeah. I suppose there's probably a few Kaufmans around Hollywood.
Could you believe he put
love
a
that.
man
It's
on
one of
the
my favourite
moon?
films. Sorry.
It's a great film.
So mine is from 2016, and it's Spaghettiman, which no one will have heard of. I only watched it because in one of the groups that I'm on, called Incredibly Strange Films, someone recommended it, so I thought, I'll give it a go.
Yet.
You what?
Yet. When I put some films out there and say, "What I'll give this a watch," that are markedly better than Spaghettiman.
Well, depends on what
You know
you're
what I mean?
looking for.
Waff turns his nose up. Sorry, I had to get that in there.
Yeah, I
Back
thought
to
you
you,
would.
Waff. Yeah.
When I picked it, I thought you'd probably mention that.
Yeah.
It's incredibly low budget, much more low budget than no. I mean, I think it's just basically 3 guys have made a movie. They've got a camera somewhere and got some spaghetti and made a movie.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of moving about. The cameras sometimes stayed, and they just.
Oh, the actors work around the camera rather than the camera
it's-
moving around them.
It's and one of the main actors is pretty horrendous at acting, but it's kind of the. So yeah, I'm not saying it's brilliant or anything. It's just kind of when we're picking kind of non-Marvel DC kind of based superhero movies. I watched this recently and thought, well, it's different,
fits the bill.
and it's got that cult kind of B movie kind of feel to it. So I'll pick something a bit like that for a change.
Non-pretentious.
Non-pretentious,
No,
yes,
it
if you're
certainly
pretentious.
I mean, he could have got Hummus Man in or something like that.
That's it. I don't know. Hummus wouldn't go with spaghetti
Vegan
though, would
man.
it?
That'll happen, vegan man.
Well, yeah, but he never shut up about it.
That's very true. That would be a superpower.
Yeah, it would, yeah.
Telling everybody he's a vegan. It just bore the villains to
Totally.
death.
He'd never be
vegans
able to
out
keep his
there.
identity secret. That
No.
would be fucked up from the start.
To all you vegans out there, we apologise.
Yeah.
We're
We're all
yeah.
meat
all
eaters, I'm sorry.
carnivores. I'm sorry, yeah.
But I've got to be right. If you're a horror fan and you watched horror films from the 70s and the 80s,
Yeah,
especially if you like the nasties,
yeah.
you're gonna find that the they used real guts,
Yeah.
animal guts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Animal offal.
Because it looks
there
real.
and it looks real.
Yeah.
Mostly pig.
Yeah, pigs. Yeah. Because well,
Yeah.
they've got the same sort of organs, haven't they?
So you know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose it's so
got
as long
mammals.
as now it was killed specifically for
Rock,
it.
hard place.
Yeah. So it's made in 2016. There's not a lot on this, but it's directed by Mark Potts, who made 27 movies, and I haven't heard of any of them.
All right.
Written by Mark Potts again, and basically the two stars, Winston Carter and Benjamin Crutcher. So I think it's the three of them. They've just kind of got themselves a camera and said, let's make a film. The basic story is Clark and Dale are roommates. Dale's the organised one that pays the bills. Clark is a bit disorganised and doesn't really want to work if you can avoid it.
Oh, he's a lazy bastard.
Yeah.
All he wants to do is sleep and eat spaghetti.
Yeah, that's it. And let Dale pay the rent and stuff. So basically, through a strange interaction with a microwave and some spaghetti, Clark discovers he has spaghetti-based superpowers. So he can projectile spaghetti.
Like Spider-Man.
Yeah, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the stuff is ripped off from Spider-Man.
Right.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, the kind of traditional superhero tropes, I suppose, and
Yeah.
it's just kind of...
Could he swing on his pasta?
No, I
That's
think that
a
would have
shame,
required too much budget. I
Set
think
too far, innit?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, the budget didn't stretch to that.
Yeah, they never managed that. Basically, it's kind of he pushes his arm out, and then the other guy ends up covered in spaghetti. It's kind of like that's
All right,
how,
okay. Someone behind him throwing spaghetti.
Yeah, basically that's it.
Brilliant.
That's as far as the special effects go.
That's that, and he's right. That is the special effects.
Right.
You know what I mean? At least the Troma films have got.
But I think the reason that I prefer this is when I'm not saying it's brilliant. It's the way that it's made is kind of it's a bit of a Clark's type lo-fi kind of comedy kind of style as opposed to a kind of in your face.
I wouldn't have put that and Clerks in the same.
Well, I'm not comparing it, but I'm saying it's the same.
I'd never say Clark's.
Well, Clerks, yes, but
I'd
it's
never say Clark's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's Clerks.
yeah.
But it's just that kind of sense of humour that I could kind of relate to. I like.
Oh, I'm not
Yeah.
slating it because
Yeah,
you know what I mean. There was a few funny bits in it where I laughed.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you know me, I like some low budget stuff.
Fucking this is a turnaround. I think this is a first where Waff is defending a low budget film against
Yeah.
you. I'm fucking
No,
blown away.
I've had me say.
So basically he becomes Spaghettiman. So he realizes that he's got this superpower. So he decides he's going to be a vigilante and go around and solve crime and
Well,
stuff.
wouldn't you?
But he also realizes that he can get some money out of this, and kind of after he kind of rescues people, he then charges them and stuff like that.
Not just after. There's one woman getting kidnapped, and he goes, "How much to save your life?"
Fair play.
He went 100 quid. She went, "I've only got 60. Yeah, that'll do."
Is it British?
No, it's just.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay,
Yeah, I'm
it's
just
just when
being-
you said 100 quid.
No,
I thought
I'm
it
just
might have
being.
been British.
I'm just being common.
No, it's
No, it's American, but you know
Right.
what I mean.
Okay.
Aye,
Not
so-
Italian.
Not Italian. What's the matter? You?
spaghetti.
Hey, carbonara.
Oh, it went right past me that.
That jokes galore. Get them all. The Carlisle cult cinema.
So he becomes Spaghettiman. He's basically his spaghetti outfit is a paper bag, a brown paper bag with two eyes ripped out of it
Right.
And a nose.
and a nose, which he loses at a point, but manages to get it again, so he can kind of do
Fight
the big
crime
battle at the
again.
end. Yeah.
It's when one of the funny bits when he discovers the whole spaghetti thing. He wakes up, goes to the toilet for a piss.
Spaghetti.
Pisses spaghetti. Fills the toilet and he's like, "What the fuck?" And he has to throw it out the window.
Oh, man.
He goes to the doctor and describes it. He's like, what?
Describes him weed.
Does he?
Yeah.
The doctor.
Oh yeah. Is that someone?
Yes,
Oh, I didn't recognise him.
young Sheldon.
I haven't seen Young Sheldon.
Oh,
Is the pastor?
oh, is it him?
Yeah.
Right. Oh, right. So it's got someone who's
He
done
done
some
that,
acting.
and then the next year went and done Young Sheldon.
So this must have been his...
Young
his-
Sheldon's really good, actually.
It is.
No, I've never caught that. I know a lot of people like it. But I've
Sorry,
never-
I was like, where do I know him from? Where do I know him from?
so there is someone that's kind of done something, because I didn't go through any of the other
rest
stuff they've done, because I
basically
haven't...
He's quite good in Young Sheldon as well.
Yeah.
Oh, he's pretty good as a doctor in this. He's probably probably the only... Well, actually,
He's
the
got
main...
acting chops.
Spaghettiman isn't bad, actually, as an actor, but, like, yeah, his
He's
roommate's
got an
not
equity
great.
card.
Everyone's a
union.
little bit wooden.
Yeah, very wooden.
Well, you know.
So you start tackling crime, and basically that you get the villain of the story turns out to be someone you wouldn't necessarily expect.
Garlic bread.
Yeah, garlic bread man.
I never saw that coming. Pesto.
And it's you can get it on Prime. You got it for 99p on Prime, didn't you?
99p I had to pay. Because that's
Was
the
it
only
worth
place-
it?
Not a penny over 97p, maybe. Yes.
I've got it, let's just say I've got it for 30 days for 99p. You think
You won't
I'm
be watching it
I
again.
won't be watching it again. You know what I mean?
Right, okay.
So yeah, so the trivia. Oh, there's loads of trivia on this.
How many? 2?
One.
One.
45 pounds of real spaghetti was cooked and used in this film. There you go.
And that's it.
That's not a lot.
That's the only trivia.
That's not a lot. I mean, you know, on the grand scheme of things, £45 is...
They'll have reused a lot of it.
£45
Yeah, I suppose
is,
it's saving money that way.
of course, well, it's not even a bag of cement. 25 kilograms is a bag
I'm
of
shit
cement.
with weights. Is it? Oh, right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's not a lot, is it?
45 is nowhere near.
They've
There's
reused that spaghetti a
There's
lot. then.
2.2
Yeah.
pounds. There's 2.2 pounds in a kilogram.
I wonder if that's dried or...
It'll be dried.
yeah, because you get a bit more of it once
Yeah.
you've boiled it.
But, so,
Yeah, but still not a lot.
not when you think about a whole film. How long is it?
An
It's
hour
about
and 25 minutes.
All right, yeah, well, I might watch it.
Which on the,
It's under my threshold.
yeah, it's 99p.
Yeah, 99 pence.
It's below an hour and a half.
Oh, it's tempting. Is
That was it when I looked last night.
it not on YouTube?
Oh, I didn't look. Possibly.
No, I didn't look either.
You know what I mean? Let's.
He's going to have a look now.
Yeah, but let's just continue. Well, that's it.
He's done
Yeah,
this
there's
trivia.
not a lot more to say about it really, but yeah, it's if you it's strange, it's funny, it's a bit quirky. If you've got 99p burning a hole in your pocket, then
Yeah.
go and
Oh,
watch
we'll
it.
find out if it's on YouTube
Yeah.
momentarily.
You continue and would you start?
Right,
Yeah,
okay,
up to
yeah,
that.
yeah, right over to me then, I guess. Right, so my second choice is from 4 years prior to. Do you say yours was 2016?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is 2012. It's filmed by Josh Trank, and it's Chronicle.
Ah, yes, yeah, I love this. I watched
Yeah.
it since it
Oh,
came out
great
actually,
film.
but yeah, really good.
Now I haven't seen this since it came out, but I've got it on DVD, and I knew it was good. I
Yeah.
forgot just how good it was actually.
Yeah,
So you've got Dean DeHaan in there. as
breakthrough
Andrew.
role, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That's when I
obviously
first seen him in. Like,
he was
Dean DeHaan.
in Valerian.
Yeah,
No, it's not on YouTube.
No, okay. You've got Alex Russell as Matt. Don't know who he is. Not recognised him from anything else really.
No,
Michael B. Jordan as Steve.
Yeah, I
that
forgot
was
he
the
was
first
in it,
film.
yeah.
That was the first film I saw
seen.
him in.
that
it.
would be with
and,
me as well.
and to be honest, I forgot it was him until I watched it, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's Michael B. Jordan."
yeah.
You've got
the lad Alex Russell's in SWAT,
All
and he's
right.
been in it since 2017.
all right. I don't know. What's
Oh, no,
Oh,
the
it's a
film
great
then.
show, SWAT.
Oh, right, okay.
Is that based on the film then?
Yeah, well, based on it's the TV show originally from the 60s or something.
Oh,
like
right.
that.
So that's what the film was
That
based
was,
on. Oh, I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know that. I never
Hondo
watched the
and
film,
all
to
that.
be honest.
Oh,
but
the film's excellent, worth watching.
Is it-
Just a silly action film.
Is it Charlie Sheen or someone?
No,
it's
it's
Ice
Samuel
Cube.
L. Jackson.
No, not Ice Cube.
Aye, Samuel L.
Ice Cube.
Jackson, Ice Cube, Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
Colin
yeah?
Farrell, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, it's a great cast.
Yeah,
it's well worth a
I
watch.
always looked at it and
SWAT's
thought that
good,
could be
yeah.
worth a watch.
Yeah.
You know what? You know when you said SWAT though, I was actually thinking of SWAT as in like bookworm
Oh, yeah.
rather than a special
Aye. No.
Toxic.
No, he's been.
Oh, yeah,
do you know something?
yeah.
He's been in loads. He was in the Carrie remake,
Well,
yeah.
that can stay.
Yeah, it wasn't
Jungle with Daniel Radcliffe.
great. Oh, I've seen that pop up on Amazon or
Yeah.
Netflix or something. Thought it looked.
The Host,
Yeah.
Bait. That was a shark one. Bait. That was good as well.
Oh, I don't know if I've seen that.
Yeah, so he's been in. He's done a lot.
Oh, he wasn't bad in this film.
No.
Michael Kelly, who I do recognise from a few things, but he's never really done any. He's never been a main actor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's been in
He
loads.
plays Andrew's dad, and he's a cunt like in it, and he's
Yeah.
good.
He often he plays does he play a cop or an FBI agent in? Is it Daredevil or something like that? The newer one.
He's in something like that. He's definitely, that's his sort of like wheelhouse.
Yeah, he's played an FBI agent or an agent.
Because he's good at that. But he plays an abusive dad really well.
Yeah, I
So-
totally recognise him actually.
Yeah, he will do. Yeah. But you'd never guess him from his name. You know what I mean? He's one of them dudes.
He was in Dawn of the Dead. He played CJ.
Yes, he was in Dawn
Yes,
of
that's
the
what I
Dead.
know him mainly from. Yeah.
Ashley Hinshaw. She plays Casey, and Bo Peterson was Andrew's mum. Basically, the story centres around Andrew, who lives in a bloody, under threat of his dad all the time. You've got his cousin Matt, who's is his only friend really, and you've got the most popular guy in school, Steve, played by Michael B. Jordan, and they're all at a party one night. And they go into some woods by this house, and they find a hole in the ground. So, by the way, this is all shot through. It's not a found footage film.
It kind of is.
It is, but it's not, because it's using cameras all the time that are being held by the cast. Like they've always got a camcorder or something like that,
or you see someone's mobile phone,
or
CCTV.
even CCTV, or even like dash cams.
Yeah.
Police dash cams, and it's all. So it's never done by a proper camera. There's always a camera there taking the action, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Who directed it again? Have you got that?
Josh Trank.
Josh Trank.
And I'm sure he's done something, and I never looked into it.
Well, I can look into. You don't have to.
It's
The Fantastic Four.
oh, the new one.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I didn't. I knew his
And
name.
he
It was
went
shite.
off the rails, didn't he?
Well,
Yeah.
He got the Fantastic Four film because of Chronicle.
Yes. When you say
And
it,
Michael
I
B.
remember
Jordan was in it, wasn't he?
He was, yeah.
He played Human Torch.
Human
Yeah.
Torch.
That's it.
Yeah.
I knew the name rang a bell.
So yeah, and he was supposed to do a Star Wars film,
Right.
Oh right.
but yeah, that got pulled.
Yeah.
They reckon it's not the best. You know what I mean?
It's a shame, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, these three lads, they go down this hole and discover,
It's like an alien.
an energy
Yeah.
field like this.
It's crashed. There,
Yeah.
obviously. You know what I mean?
Anyway, they go down, they stand by it, they touch it, and they basically come out with superpowers.
Yeah.
Mainly being telekinesis, flight, being able to control things.
And it all it's quite good how they do it because they all get the powers at separate times and they've developed separately.
Yeah. I mean,
You know what
some are better. Like Matt, he wasn't very good at manipulating things in the air. Whereas when it came to flying, he was the man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they all had sort of like one special. I mean, Andrew was the most powerful.
He had a bit of everything, didn't he?
Yeah.
He seemed to have a bit of everyone's powers.
Yeah. Superman of the bunch.
Yeah. So anyway,
Evil Superman of the bunch.
Yeah.
Well, this is
Right
exactly
then.
what I've put. So they come into contact with a strange energy. They get super strength as well. But how will they them three, deal with their superpowers? Do they use it for good? Do they use it for revenge?
And
Do
to
they
be
use
honest,
it for evil?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, two of the boys are kind of using it to help them.
Well, I mean,
And
yeah.
good.
I mean, Steve and Matt. Well, Matt came up with 3 rules straight away, which was don't use it on people, don't use it in anger, and don't be a cunt. I think it was something like that.
And
But,
Andrew breaks every single one of those rules.
Yeah.
The first person, because he was the wasn't as popular. He was the bullied boy.
Yeah, it was.
You know, but also, I mean, it's a great hero villain.
Yeah.
Kind of, you know what I mean?
But the thing is, Steve,
that sometimes happens as well.
Yeah.
Same with your film, Spaghettiman. His best, you know. Nearly give the thing away.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, there's
that sometimes happens.
Yeah.
You know, Doctor Doom and Reed Richards were friends at school.
Yeah. Oh, they,
you know what I mean? And
together,
then became the biggest enemies known to mankind.
Yeah, it wasn't Magneto and
and
Charles
Xavier were friends.
Yeah.
Well, they always were.
Even
Through, they were always friends.
They just, you know, but they had rules as well.
Yeah.
About, you know, those rules of contact with them.
Yeah.
There always was.
Yeah.
So there's always that friend, villain, hero dichotomy.
Yeah.
That's the right word you'd say.
Trichotomy.
Well, like, but you know what I mean?
Involved.
You had three things, so it's try.
So
Sorry, mate.
No.
But yeah, it's great. It's the budget can't have been massive on this film, but the special effects are great throughout most of it, I would say.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're really good.
For it being a cheap film, you know,
some of the effects. Some are ropey.
Yeah, but some of the CGI still stands up when I watched it.
Absolutely.
Because it's on Disney Plus.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus.
I just took my DVD out.
Yeah, it was on Disney Plus. There was only 3 on the streamings, which was the 2 Troma films.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Yeah.
And Chronicle.
All right.
Yeah. Dredd used to be on Netflix forever.
Super was on Amazon, I think.
Yeah. So luckily, I just dug my Blu-rays out.
Yeah. Cool. But yeah, I highly recommend this film, and this is a film that I would say flew under the radar.
No.
Yeah, I think it got a pretty big reception.
It got a massive reception.
Yeah. When it came out,
it was like the Paranormal Activity of the superhero world. That's how big it kind of. Well, he got offered straight off it. He got offered the Fantastic Four.
Yeah. He fucked that up.
Really fucked that up, as I've mentioned.
It was awful, that film.
But
I haven't even got to the end.
Well, Chronicle, then, I'm going to say, is his finest moment.
Yeah.
So
if you compare it to Fantastic Four, Spaghettiman is better than Fantastic Four.
It's a cracking film, and both my films have been quite dark. I mean, Super is very dark.
Yeah.
It's dark humour, it's dark, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Brutal. And Chronicle's very dark as well, in some of the subjects in it, getting battered off your dad and shit like that, and the way Andrew turns nasty at the end.
Yeah.
You know, I won't give anything away because that's not.
Oh no, that's it.
But well, if it's on Disney, please watch it.
Yeah.
If you didn't see it, don't be put off by Fantastic Four.
No.
Don't judge Donald Glover by Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
I was trying to do some Scroobius.
Yeah. Love Scroobius.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I just couldn't get it right.
I've got a couple of the albums.
He's great. His podcasts are really good.
Oh,
not that I promote anyone else's podcasts, but his podcasts are very good. So I'll give you some trivia on Chronicle. Director Josh Trank made Dane DeHaan, Michael B. Jordan, and Alex Russell live in a house together for 15 days. So they got a genuine bond, which I think's a great idea.
Yeah.
The pink-haired girl. This will only be a good bit of trivia if you watch this film. You've watched it just recently. The pink-haired girl, played by Anna Wood, whom Andrew was making out with, was Dane DeHaan's wife in real life. She's hot, like.
Aye.
The film has no original score, only using sources such as radio and iPods to generate music. That's interesting.
There's a few films done that where it's, I think Lucas and what's the film with Richie Cunningham in? American Graffiti.
Oh yes, yeah.
It's all heard on
Ron
radios
Howard,
and Ron Howard. Yeah, Richie Cunningham.
I think he's more known as Ron Howard than Richie Cunningham nowadays, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know me,
Fucking
if I
hell.
can't think of something, I've got to think of a
Go back
character.
to Happy Days.
You know what I mean? As usual, I will remind everybody, because if you're a newish listener, I've got a condition called transverse myelitis, and I sometimes have brain farts, which we've witnessed tonight.
Yep.
Yeah,
And sometimes you have real fats.
yeah, which you haven't witnessed tonight.
No, this has been lovely. A drawing on the wall of the main character, so I guess that's Andrew, because he's definitely the main character, isn't he? Seems to give away the ending, and that's seen near the beginning of the film, and I've only read this after watching the film, and I think I might go back to the film to see what the ending is.
Yeah.
Because I can imagine I know what the ending of the film is.
Yeah.
So, I've done that again. I banged my elbow in the same place 3 times now. The screenplay for this film was featured in a 2010 Blacklist, a list of the most liked unmade scripts of the year.
It's famous, that list.
Yeah, there's quite a few big films end up on the blacklist.
Yeah, then when they come out, some of them do really well. But,
Yeah, some of them bomb.
Yeah.
But are really great films.
Yeah.
Chronicle was originally meant to be a hard R or NC-17 rated film, but there's fear it would lose audiences. And to be honest, I don't think it needed to be any.
No, it was a
more than it
PG-13, and
It was fine.
Yeah.
It didn't need
we
any
had
more.
Brightburn for that.
Brightburn
Yeah,
was
exactly.
excellent.
Yeah,
Brightburn actually blew me away
Yeah, it's very good, that
same with me.
because I think that because it didn't get the love. I know people raved about it, but I don't think because it went straight to Netflix, didn't it?
Yeah,
It wasn't a theatre release or anything, but I think that could have definitely been
Yeah.
a film to see at the cinema.
Yeah.
Great film, love that. I've only watched that recently, actually.
all right.
Right, I'll just give you maybe one more. That's good. After the talent show, Matt mentions that Andrew's expanding ego and hubris will be his downfall. He says that semi-jokingly, but it's from that point that things start to go downhill.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And a cable cam was used for scenes where the character Andrew levitates his camera in the air. So, like, Andrew does most of the filming through the film.
Yeah.
Through his camcorder or his many camcorders, because I know a couple of them break. He often has it round, like floating round his head, and so he's controlling the camera, not even touching it, but it's fucking great. And I think that's a really, really clever idea.
It was.
I think, So Josh Trank, not all that bad.
No. 50% good.
Fantastic. 50% good. And that's it. Amazing film. Please go and find it. If you haven't seen it, it's a dark superhero movie that, well, it is superhero, but they're not really heroes.
No.
Yeah.
But there we go. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Woff.
No problem.
So there we have off-brand superhero movies. Fantastic as well. And thank you all for listening. We'll be back next week with, who knows, it could be me interviewing somebody, it could be another episode, who knows.
Who knows?
So I'll say good night to Woff.
Good night.
Good night to Daz.
Cheerio.
And good night to you all, and we'll speak next time. Goodbye.